Alright, here's what we're going to make today. It's a Carpenter bee trap, and around here this time of year they are just everywhere, and they bore into the wood. And here, once they bore into the wood and their grubs grow, then the woodpeckers come along and tear the wood out, so it's even more destructive. Here's a shot of a 2x4 that the woodpeckers have torn the grubs out of. It's supposed to be holding my roof up. This is just made out of a 4x4, and this one's made out of a jelly jar. You'll see I make some different types. And then it's attached up at the top. That's an S-hook that I just made with my bender. You can see that video. It should be coming out soon. And then just attach it to the ceiling with a staple. Alright, let's get into the shop and get some of these made. Alright, this is just a treated 4x4. It wouldn't have to be treated. It's just what I happen to have laying around. So, and it's already kind of short. So I have marked this off in 4-inch increments all the way across, and I'm going to get this cut up on the miter saw. To get our holes drilled, first I'm going to drill with a 3/4 spade bit, not all the way through. Kind of get right in the middle and drill about 2/3 of the way through the block. Alright, then I'm going to switch to a 1/2 inch, and I'm going to drill my holes to connect that. Now these are drilled up at an angle. Some people say 45 degrees, I'm just sort of guessing. Alright, that's got our holes drilled. Alright, so here's the lids I'm using, and these are for mason jars. These are for some old jelly jars that I had. I didn't have very many, or I would have rather used those. You know, my wife doesn't like me using the cannon jars. Okay, so what I've done is, this is just a piece of conduit, and I sharpened the end of it on the grinder, just rolled it up against, rolled it up against the wheel to kind of get a little bit of a cutting edge on there. And you can see I tested right there, cutting one. So just sort of set that in the middle. Get you a big heavy hammer. Give it a whack. You can kind of feel where it cuts through and know where to hit it next. But it kind of tore on this side. That cut it. Be really careful with this. This stuff is sharp as a knife. And there's other ways to do this, but this is none of them are good, because you try to drill this out. I don't know if you ever drilled sheet metal or not, but it'll catch and spin and cut your hand off. So I'm gonna get all the rest of these cut. All right, now that we've got our hole drilled, we got to attach a ring so we can get a jar on there. And so we've got the holes punched in the lids, and we're going to use that. We're just going to center it over the hole, and then just take a couple of, you want to be careful you don't drive these down into the holes in the sides you drill. So I'm kind of pointing those towards the corner. Tack that down. Alright, and then you can screw your jar on there. Alright, now to hang them, I'm just using a firm staple. Here, you can get these at Home Depot. Just kind of get somewhere kind of close to center. A lot of times they got one leg that's longer than the other, so you got to kind of straighten them up. You could also screw a cup hook in here, but these are really cheap. So, okay, some of these I put the staple in first, And that actually wound up being easier because then I could just take a couple of these and set that staple down in there like that and then put this on. And then the other ones, I put this on first. And so now I'm going to have to do this and drive some staples in there. Hopefully it won't mess that lid up. Alright, well that seemed to work just fine too. So either way. Alright, so here they all are. There's 11 of them. I'm waging war against these guys. They've all got the little hook on the top and a jar on the bottom, and I'm going to get them put out there and we'll see how they do. Hope you're not having this same problem, but if you are, you know, you'll probably find some, if you look out there on the internet, you'll find some that are made better than these, some that are prettier than these, but I just want them to catch bees and kill them. So anyway, thank you for watching.